Hello and welcome back to the Blogger Plays. The Excavation of Hobbs Barrow, here as part of Wadjet Wednesday. Last episode we explored Dreamworld, met Goblin, got given Father's Diary, found out it was Father's Diary, and then completed the elaborate series of dominoes to gain access to Lord Panswick's house here. Why do we want to be here? We have no idea, other than it's a new place and there might be new things to
Some fine-looking flowers.
pick up.
Hello there.
Bugger off, you whelp. This is private land.
Well, isn't she pleasant?
I've no time for frolicking with the flock.
Do I offer to fiddle for
I
you?
don't wish to give...
Do I inquire about the
I
journal?
don't wish to give...
Do I ask about the stones?
I don't wish to...
Do I knife the grumpy lady?
I shan't lower myself to such barbarity.
Damn. Do we ask about the letter?
I'm not sure they would be...
Do we... Well, there's not really anything else. The closest thing to a reason that we were told we might want to visit this guy is because we might be able to use his workmen to do our barrow digging, and that is on our to-do list. Find workmen. And the witch lady said that maybe we might be able to get his workmen to work for us.
It's a symbol of some kind. A moon, perhaps? I was wondering if it might be possible to speak with Lord Panswick.
Are you deaf, girl? Don't make me fetch the guards. They're armed, you know. By Christ, you're like a dog with a bone. Do you want to get yourself shot?
I can assure you the only things getting shot around here are the pheasant. And perhaps the odd grouse. Greetings, my lady.
Oh, it's the
Lord
creepy
James
guy.
Panswick, at your disposal.
You're Lord Panswick?
As I live and breathe.
You could have told me that before.
What is life without mystery, Miss Bateman? A predictable stagger to the grave?
I was imagining someone...
Much older and far less handsome?
something like that.
See,
Not to
I can
mention
read your
humble.
mind, my dear. Now, may I ask, what brings you to my manor?
I wanted to ask if I could borrow some of your labourers.
Oh, for what purpose?
I intend to excavate Hobbs Barrow tomorrow, and I'm in need of some assistance.
An excavation? How very delightful. We're in the middle of our own works right this minute. Follow me, Miss Bateman.
Yes, you're
Come
fixing
along.
up your
I
church.
promise I don't bite. For generations, this chapel was a place of unique devotion. And this was until some of my more ungrateful ancestors forgot him and abandoned it.
Why did they abandon it?
Men of great wealth and power can grow so comfortable that they forget they still need the divine. The sacrifices required to maintain such a relationship were no longer being made. The chapel soon turned to rubble, and with time, even the villagers forgot him. His influence endured, but only with the isolated few who lived on the very fringes of these moors. Believe it or not, my family's fortunes have dwindled ever since. Since I succeeded my father, it has become my life's work to restore this place of worship. With this sacred place rebuilt, he shall be venerated once more, and the name Panswick shall be uttered again across all of England. He guided the hands of my ancestors. Now it is time for him to guide us. Bewley is a godless place.
Have you forgotten about St. Edmund's? Father Roach might disagree.
I shall bring him back to these lands, and this chapel shall be his seat once again. A new world.
But it seems like you wish to bring back the past.
From out of the old world shall come the new. A greater truth. But I digress. Horace, my dear fellow.
Aye, your lordship.
This fair lady here is in need of some assistance. Would you and your chaps be up for a spot of digging at Hobbs Barrow tomorrow?
Hobbs Barrow? Ah, your lordship, 'tis no bother.
Good man. You're in luck, my dear. These are my finest, and they're all yours.
Thank you. I am grateful.
On one condition.
Yes?
I've heard
Let
wonders
me
about
paint
Mary
you.
de Plancy's Bakewell puddings. I'd rather like to try them for myself.
Your lordship, you're giving me the help of your men in exchange for cakes.
Yes.
But
Farewell, my beauty.
wait!
Okay.
Horace is the leader of this band of merry men.
So go back to the church and
The
talk to
men
Cake
look like
Lady.
they've spent many a long day exposed to the harsh moorland weather. The men look like they... Is his lordship joking about the Bakewell puddings?
No, miss. His lordship is a man of folly.
How ridiculous!
He treats you all right if you do what he asks.
Right. And that's now a new fast travel location. So back to the church. Church, talk to Cake Lady. I need cakes.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. de Plancy. Do you still have some of your homemade Bakewell puddings, Mrs. de Plancy?
Oh, you're too late, pet. I've a few left, but they're set aside for someone else.
Might you
no.
please be able to bake me some more?
Sorry, I'm not in the mood for baking. Truth be told, my dear husband Albert passed away recently.
Lady.
Me thoughts are all over the shop.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Aye, he's in God's hands now.
May I ask who you have set aside the puddings for?
Oh, Father Roach. He won't be back until tomorrow.
Won't they be off by then?
Not at all. Besides, pet, as I told you, I'm not in the mood for all this baking chatter.
Sorry, Mrs. de Plancy. Were you married to Albert a long time?
Aye, too many years to count. He were the cobbler here in Bewley, the most dashing cobbler in all of England, I used to tell him. Love is precious, pet. There's nought that can replace the hole it leaves in your heart.
I can relate to that in my own way. I wish you strength in this difficult time.
Thank you. With God's blessing, I'll get by.
Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
Oh, we're gonna steal her basket? We're a monster.
That's not mine to interfere with. This must belong to Mrs. de Plancy. I have nothing else.
No?
They are still locked. I've no time.
I felt certain that we were
This
gonna
must be-
steal her basket. Convince her to bake puddings. There must be a way.
I'm not sure they would...
Fiddle for Mr. Plancy. Stab Mr. Plancy.
I don't wish to give...
Give
I
stone
don't
to
wish to
Mr. Plancy. Show her the journal.
This is my father's journal. What do you make of these sketches?
Queer things, aren't they? Bordering on blasphemy, if you ask me. That book shouldn't be in a place of worship like this.
Chisel, Mr.
I'm not
Plancy.
sure they-
Lantern, Mr.
I'm not
Plancy.
sure they- I don't wish to-
Trowel, Mr. Plancy.
I don't wish to give that.
Invite her to our bedroom. Letters.
I don't wish to... That's not...
No. We might have to talk to someone else first, then.
There's nothing else I would.
Perhaps you'd be more interested in a Scotch. Freshly made, just 1 penny each.
No, thank you. I really don't want. Good day.
Freshly selling them at a would miss light.
No, thank. It's probably safer if I don't. I'll let the worm enjoy his. There's nothing else I. There's nothing else.
I felt like it was going to be Stanley. I'm surprised that it is not Stanley. Maybe the musician
I
will...
can't think of any.
No. Raise the old lady's spirits.
Good day.
Hello there.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ralph. Not seen you around before.
I'm just visiting. I'm looking for some help with an excavation tomorrow. Might you be interested?
Sorry, miss. I've already got my own job.
What brings you to the market today?
I purchased a Scotch egg for me tea. You want a bite?
No, thank you. Enjoy your Scotch egg.
I will.
Fresh and steamy. Delightful. I believe a horse to be the culprit. I hope she did. It's Herbert. The horse has been provided with some drinking water. I'd rather not. Nobody home.
What if he died recently, we fiddle with... Oh god. What if we deface his grave in the graveyard?
In memory, in memory, in memory, in mem, in mem, in mem, in mem, in mem, in mem.
Oh.
I
Hello.
can't think of anything else to talk about right now. The simple wooden cross bears a small plaque on which is inscribed the name Albert de Plancy.
Relative, are you?
No, just looking.
He were the cobbler. Who's going to mend me boots now?
The simple wooden cross. The simple wooden.
Do we dig up his grave?
I may be a barrow digger. Hello? Does this fresh grave belong to Mrs. de Plancy's late husband?
Aye.
Rather bare, isn't it?
My job is to dig the graves, not decorate them.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
So maybe we could convince her to bake us a cake in exchange for a fantastic headstone?
Good day to
Hello, Mrs. de... I saw your late husband's grave, Mrs. de Plancy. I am very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, pet. I'm ashamed to say I couldn't afford nowt more than a simple wooden cross. You were a colourful man, our Albert. He deserves better. He loved his flower beds. He's only been gone a fortnight, and already his plants have gone to rot. May the Lord forgive me.
Plants are difficult to maintain. I'm sure Albert would understand.
His precious hippeastrum were the first to go. I would have loved to lay one on his grave.
Hippeastrum?
What does a hippeastrum flower look like?
Oh, beautiful things they are. Tall stems topped with large red flowers.
Like at
Hard to
the
grow in this climate.
Lord's
They
house?
were his pride and joy. The remarkable thing is there's no scent to 'em. That's why he loved 'em so much. You see, he hated anything that smelled sickly sweet. Hippeastrum were just perfect. Let me know if you come across one, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. de Plancy. Thanks for your time.
Lord be...
Okay, back to the the Lord's house, he says as he's leaving the church. A different kind of Lord's house. Panswick Manor. Are these scentless?
These matched the description of the flowers Mrs. de Plancy mentioned. There's no scent.
You get away from my hippiastrum!
Ah, apologies.
Move!
Well, that confirms it.
Hello, I need the hippiastrum.
Those flowers. May I please take one?
Are you deaf and daft? Bugger off!
What if we ask you for advice?
Good day.
Hello.
I really need one of those hippiastrum flowers.
Why?
It's a long story. Might you please be able to get one for me, or distract Miss Fenchurch so I can take one?
Those flowers are Miss Fenchurch's favourites. She spends hours looking after them. Sorry, Mum. It's just that I'm so worried about Mr. Ambrose.
The milkman?
Aye. We were to run away together today.
I see.
I'm worried sick that he stood me up. Without Mr. Ambrose, this job is all I have.
That would be depressing.
I can't risk losing it over a flower.
I'm sorry, Miss Tompkins. I still haven't seen him.
Do you think he's abandoned me?
I'm sure that's not the case. He must have been delayed somewhere.
Could you try to find him for me, Mum? Oh, please, Mum. I'd do anything for you if you found my love.
I can
Even
try.
give us a flower?
Thank you. You're ever so kind, Mum.
What does Mr. Ambrose look like?
He's got brown hair.
I'm afraid I'll need a bit more,
To go on, yes.
Sorry, Mum. I'm too upset. Please find him, won't you?
Please find a
Hey,
man with
stop
brown
your nattering and
hair.
get back to your sweeping!
Sorry, Miss Fenchurch.
God, she's a grumpy old hag, isn't she? Ooh, the lady is gone. You've got brown hair.
Pies!
He's selling an assortment of grease.
Time for a juicy...
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
Aye, I do. Why'd you ask?
Isn't he normally here at the market?
Aye, he's normally 2 pies in by now. Don't know where he is. I'm sure someone around here must know where he is.
Goodbye.
Let me know if you get hungry now, lass.
What about the apple man?
Good day.
Care to buy some apples?
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
Eddie? Aye.
Have you seen him today?
No. Well, maybe his milk's gone off. I hope so. Might mean some of his customers have some spare coin for me veggies.
Aren't you nice?
Goodbye.
You know where I am.
Good day.
Hey up.
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
He's here every market day.
Except this one.
Aye. I haven't seen him today.
Any idea where he might be?
Not in the slightest.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
The least likely person to ask would be old lady, but doesn't hurt to try.
Good day to you.
Hello, Mrs. De Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
Oh, yes. Lovely young man.
Have you seen him today?
No, not today.
Any idea where he might be?
Sorry, pet. I don't.
Thanks for your time.
Lord be...
So no. Okay, what about the gravedigger?
I can't think of...
No. What about the witch?
There's nothing else I wish...
What about the people inside the inn? And Wreck-It Ralph.
Good day.
Hello there.
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
I do, yes.
Have you any idea where he might be?
He is usually here by now.
So I heard.
He normally arrives via the road to the east of Bewley.
Thank you. Enjoy your Scotch egg.
I will.
Hello again, Mr. Shaw.
Miss Bear?
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
Aye, I know the man.
Do you have any idea where he might be?
No, lass. Why?
No matter. Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bear.
Because he's part of
I'm
an
looking
elaborate
forward to
series
tomorrow.
of dominoes.
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
Aye, a good man.
Have you seen him today?
Come to think of it, no.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
There's nothing else.
Okay, nope, none of these people. We were told, however, this guy did tell us that he's maybe to the east, so the road that we've never been allowed to go down to the right of town might now be accessible. The fact that we
There
get
we
a
are.
cutscene
Your
suggests
shells are looking
progress.
much more interesting now. I pestered Mother for years to let me bring some of your treasures here. I think she's worried that I want to follow in your path. She has hidden most of your discoveries away. I had to beg her to bring me to visit you, you know. I shouldn't worry you with all that. Do you know that I have a story for each of these pots? Well, I don't know if they're all true, but they are my memories. Even though I was so young, I still remember our adventures together. Would you like me to share my memories of them? Well, I'm going to, whether you like it or not.
Okay, so we have to talk about each pot?
We talked about this one already. The red urn you buried in the garden for me. It seems like such a long time ago. You were incredibly excited about this one. I hadn't gone on an expedition with you yet. You were so happy about it, showing it to Mother and I. You didn't stop talking about it for hours. I thought, how can Daddy be so excited over some old broken pottery? But it wasn't long until I understood. I think you brought this one back from a trip abroad. I would have loved to go with you, but Mother didn't want me to. I remember you being so proud of it. It looks ancient. We found this one together in that mucky old barrow near Avebury. I think it was the second time you'd taken me on a dig with you. I remember you bringing it up to your face to look inside and shrieking in horror. "There's a bloody rat in there," you screamed. Mother was so angry when you brought this one home, wasn't she? "William, that simply will not do. It's taking up all the space on the mantelpiece." Once you moved it to your study, I remember creeping in to take a peek at it. This is from the first dig I remember you taking me on. The excavation of West Kennet Long Barrow. I found it wedged behind a stone as you ate your sandwich. You said, "Now there's a tiny urn for a tiny girl." I almost forgot. While I was searching for your pots in the shed, I found one of your manuscripts. I thought Mother had burnt all your notebooks, but she missed one. It was an account of barrows across the east of England. I managed to read it all before Mother took it away. Daddy, it was fascinating. I've decided that is what I want to do with my life. I'm going to travel the country, excavating and documenting my own finds. Well, as soon as I'm old enough to escape Mother, that is. When you're feeling better, we can go out on expeditions together again, just like we used to. I promise you'll get better, Daddy. I'll do whatever it takes to make it so.
Flashback over. Now.
There's something ahead on the road.
My god, we're tiny.
My God!
Holy.
Mr. Ambrose! I'm going to help you.
Got the bad things away.
Let me free you, sir. Curses! The rope is bound too tightly. I can't even free his mouth. Don't worry, sir. I'll find a way to free you. Please hold still. I'm going to cut you free. He had been so tightly bound that I could barely cut through without hurting him further. His mouth was stuffed full of flowers of a most peculiar scent. I was dismayed at such savagery, and wondered if the feral folk Father Roach had mentioned were responsible for this abhorrent act. After some considerable effort, I managed to cut him free. Are you all right?
Who were lost in visions of hell itself, the devil. I saw the devil.
Who did this to you?
I don't remember. Oh, the terrible sights I saw. I won't forget them till my last breath.
Are you Mr. Ambrose?
Yes, Edward Ambrose.
You were to meet Miss Tompkins today.
My love. Oh, my darling love.
Let me take you to her. Here, take my hand. As we made the arduous trek to Panswick Manor, I probed Mr. Ambrose on who had done this to him. He insisted that he didn't remember anything, except for his nightmarish visions.
My love.
Eddie! Jesus, what happened to you? Were you in a fight?
Now, fret not, my love.
I thought you'd abandoned me.
Never. Thank your friend here for helping me out of a bind.
Oh, Eddie!
Let's get out of here, my darling.
Hang on.
You thieving bint! I'll have your guts for garters!
Oh, stick it where the sun don't shine, you bitter old sow!
The cheek!
Here you are, Mum.
Thank you, Miss Tompkins.
No, thank you for finding my poor Eddie.
Aye, thank you, lass.
Let's go, Eddie. I'm never setting foot on this god-forsaken estate again.
We need the broom?
Good luck, you two.
Elopers, may they find happiness together. It looks like we don't need the broom. Back to the church. And now do we give her the hippiastrum directly, or do we need to put it on the grave?
I have something for you.
You found them? Oh, you dear child. Let's take them straight to Albert. You'll come with me, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. Duplancy.
No, I'm going to stay behind and steal your basket full of cookies. Ugh, Rain.
You know, the things I miss most about him are the things that used to annoy me. The click of his jaw as he chewed his sandwiches, leaving his tools all around the house. The way he'd never back down from an argument. He's just quiet at home now. Silence. The funny thing is, that's what he always craved. Peace and quiet. He were a good man, our Albert.
Sounds like he was. I'm so sorry.
Do you fear death, pet?
It's the part in between that worries
It's the
me.
part in between that concerns me most.
Whatever do you mean?
My father had an accident many years ago. Ever since, he's been in a state where he can neither speak nor move.
Oh, that does sound dreadful. I'm sorry, pet.
I believe his mind to still be active, but perhaps this is the worst of all fates. To be trapped in one's own body and unable to express oneself while the world continues around you. That is what I fear.
Maybe he'll get better one day.
I'd do anything to make it so. Those flowers look beautiful.
They do.
Can I have
Albert
the
will be
cookies now?
smiling down on us. Pet, I left me basket inside the church. You'll find some Bakewell puddings in there. You can have them.
Yes.
Oh, you...
I insist. You've brought an ounce of happiness into my day, dear. It's only just that I return some.
Thank you, Mrs. Duplancy.
To be truthful with you, I was saving them for myself. I shouldn't be so selfish. Lord,
But you
forgive
said
me.
you were saving them for the
sort.
priest.
I'll stay here with Albert.
You
a bit
lying
longer.
old lady.
You go back to your day, Pet. Lord be with you.
And you, Mrs. Duplancy.
We shouldn't have felt bad about stealing them. She was lying. Lying.
Here they are.
Okay, puddings, go back to the manor. Rub puddings against
The
his
vision
lordship.
returns.
I come bearing gifts.
Freshly baked gifts?
Yes. 3 of Mrs. Duplancy's famous Bakewell puddings.
Oh, you are an amusing creature, Thomasina.
What do you mean?
You must think me a scoundrel of the highest order for asking you to undertake such folly. Of course, I would have lent you my men either way. I merely desired an excuse to share a cake with you.
Lord Panswick.
Creepiness
I take
increasing.
No pleasure in watching you scurry about Bewley to fulfill my every whim. Or do I?
I do not find this amusing in the slightest. You have no idea what I had to go through to get these for you.
Oh, I do. And that's what I admire about you. Tenacity. Even in the face of something you know to be absurd. You don't give up, do you?
Never. Though in this case, I ought to have.
Now then, will you share one of these tempting confections with me?
I think we have
Why
to.
Splendid. I'm glad the rain doesn't put you off. You like to live a little dangerously, don't you, Thomasina? Let us stroll to the beck.
That sounds nice.
Romance on the moors. A little rain never hurt
We
anyone.
walked side by side down to the beck, his hand occasionally brushing my own.
No, come on. I just wanted to...
Despite Lord Panswick's entertaining company, I had an overwhelming feeling that time was being wasted. We ate those cakes down by the beck, and as he attempted the most charming lines he could muster upon me, I only had one thing on my mind. Father. Could he be saved from his suffering? Was the answer to be found within Hobbs Barrow? I ached to find out. I didn't even notice the taste of those famous puddings. Seemingly disheartened by my lack of enthusiasm, Lord Panswick soon marched me back toward the ruined chapel.
Okay.
Chaps, listen up. You're to assist Miss Bateman's excavation tomorrow.
Excellent.
What time, Miss Bateman?
Early morning, if you don't mind.
We'll be there whenever you need us, miss.
Hobbs Barrow. On the Bryden estate, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll be there.
Take your tools with you. Miss Bateman will need every assistance we can provide her with.
It's no bother.
Splendid.
Thank you, lads.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you later, my dear.
Thank you, Lord Panswick.
We're finishing up here, miss. See you tomorrow morning, all right?
Certainly. I appreciate your help.
And then we go to the inn.
Well, that's a relief to have my crew assembled for tomorrow.
Yes.
It's getting dark and cold. Time to head back to the plough and furrow.
Evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley.
Your lordship.
Stanley, my good man.
To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, your lordship?
I've come to wish Miss Bateman good fortune for her grand excavation tomorrow. I'm really rather curious as to what she might turn up.
As am I, your lordship.
An exciting time for Bewley. Wouldn't you agree, Stanley?
Oh, yes, your lordship. Very, very exciting.
My dear, please, allow me the pleasure of buying you a drink. A welcome antidote to the wind's bite. Wouldn't you say, Stanley?
Yes, indeed, your lordship.
No, we
thanks.
ate the cake with
Miss
you. That's
Bateman,
enough.
You're no fun.
I should keep a clear head for tomorrow.
Good thinking. In that case, I shall bid thee the fondest of farewells. May you conquer Hobbs Barrow and find all that you desire.
Thank you, your lordship.
I've reminded my chaps they're to meet you at Hobbs Barrow in the morning.
Thank you again, Lord Panswick.
Till we meet again, faites des beaux rêves. Mr. Shoulder?
Your lordship?
Okay, talk to everyone again.
Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman?
I've recruited the help of some local labourers to help with the excavation.
Marvellous. When do we start?
Tomorrow morning, first thing.
Wonderful.
Can I count on your assistance?
Of course. I'll meet you here at the Plough and Furrow.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
You've changed your tunes, Stanley. An exciting time for Bewley. I thought you didn't want me to excavate Hobbs Barrow.
Well, what can I get you?
I'm fine for now, thank you. I'll leave those two to their conversation. I can't think of anything else to talk about right now. He appears to be lost in deep...
Really? But I was meant to observe you. What if I give you the fiddle?
I don't wish to give that.
Apparently not.
Tom, seen her.
Arthur?
I've remembered something.
What is it, Arthur?
Not here. Meet me outside, in the alley.
He's stinking drunk, but let's hear what he has to say.
And seems like a reasonable point to make a save.
What is it?
First of all, I must apologise to you. That night we met, when I vanished.
Yes?
Well, there were a man in the loo. A hooded man. He threatened me with a beating if I told you anything about what I saw.
Oh, Arthur, that's terrible. What did you see?
That's the thing. I hadn't the foggiest idea what he were on about. It was a drink, you see. I'm an embarrassment, Thomasina.
No, you're not, Arthur.
Here's what I need to tell you. I've remembered what you were on about.
Oh?
Aye. Standing in the woods today, I knew there was something. I waited, I concentrated, and it finally came back to me.
Please, you're keeping me in some serious suspense here.
All right. It were a couple of days before I met you.
Hurry now, Leonard.
I'm not as quick as I used to be. This leg is getting worse by the day.
Yes. I'm constantly made aware of your failing health. Do not fear. You said he has promised you the reward of your returned strength.
Aye, and it can't come soon enough.
Are you sure that it must be her blood?
Uh-oh.
Aye. She's family.
And she gets here in 2 days?
Aye.
We must bring her to the site as soon as she arrives.
No. Your lordship, with all due respect, we've been through this. We need to ease her into the idea. She would laugh in our faces if we just asked for it.
Who said we would ask?
He told me that she needs to give it willingly.
This little scheme of yours better work, Leonard.
It will, your lordship. We've got the perfect bait.
Wait. Who goes there? Did you hear something? Ah, a moonlight tryst. After something, are you, Mr. Tillett?
Your lordship, let me...
Save your words, you drunken wretch. Off you go, skedaddle. Don't make me ask twice. I do wish you wouldn't spend so much time with that fool. It's beneath a woman of your standard. It's sad, really. That dog urine they serve here has rather pickled the man's brain.
You're being most unfair to him. Mr. Tillett is a nice man.
Come now. I shall bid thee adieu once more, for I do not wish for this to come between us. All the very best wishes for your excavation tomorrow, my dear.
Thanks.
So they plan on semi-sacrificing me in there? Question mark? Ah, and now the bard is playing. The voice is so horribly echoey. What, the lady in the petticoats one, Salar? Oh, we're back in Dreamland. Is the goblin thing still here?
So, Thomasina, the journal proves I'm telling you the truth, does it not?
It does.
Good. Now listen. I can help him again. We can help him. Together.
How?
All those years ago, your father entered this barrow with the goal of binding me within it. All because the people of Bewley had gotten it into their heads that Sack's not what cause of their plight. I tell you, Thomasina, we're not. Your father botched his incantation, leaving me in this weakened state. stuck in this limbo. As for him, well, you know how he ended up.
This doesn't sound right. Incantations. My father is a man of...
You don't know your father, Thomasina. How old were you? A child of not even 5, 6 years? You need to enter this barrow and undo what your father did.
Or
The
finish
spell
it.
must be undone. Then not only will I regain my strength, but your father will too.
But how do I...
Blood. The truest symbol of life and death. It's the life which flows within you, but it's also death once it escapes.
I don't understand.
Worry not how you'll undo what's been done. When the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. Time is short. Your father and I grow weaker by the hour. Go. Save your father.
I see no reason to believe why this thing is supposedly telling the truth. Other than, oh look, your father was here originally. Like, that bit, yes, but not the truth about freeing him necessarily.
I must undo what has been done. Father, I'm coming.
Sadly, character seems to think that character is inadequately, paranoid.
Good morning. Stanley?
Ah, Miss Bateman. Mr. Shoulder left a note for you.
Thank you, Stanley.
Meet me at my home as soon as you read this. There is no time to waste.
Oh, there were a key with it too.
Okay, teleport to his house.
Miss
Except...
I beg you, in the name of God, leave this town.
Father Roach, what is the meaning of this?
There's nowt for you here, lass. Clear off.
I beg you, Miss Bateman.
Father Roche, Mr. Farnaby. Here to wish Miss Bateman good luck for her excavation, gentlemen.
Am I heck?
Mr. Kemp, you know...
An excavation strongly supported by Lord Panswick, no less.
I wish you well with your findings, Miss Bateman. May the Lord strengthen you and guard you from the evil one.
Yeah, little children, guard yourselves from idols.
Good luck, Miss Bateman.
Thank you.
I'm not allowed to fast travel. We must go the slow way. So be it.
I must make haste to Mr. Shoulder. I must make haste. William Pack Modest. Douglas?
Oh, not your sword.
It's just a toy. It's no use to me. Douglas dropped his toy sword.
Not allowed to pick it up. Use new key on door.
This key is much too small for the lock.
Wait, what?
Mr. Shoulder! I've no desire to... No sign of... No sign of any move. This must provide a charming view across...
But... But I'm supposed to meet him at his house.
Mr. Shoulder! No sign. What's this? A box. It's locked.
Ah, that's what the key is for.
Mr. Shoulder, I got your note. Explain yourself. Curses.
Key on box.
The key fits. Another one of these peculiar stones. Wait, does this mean Mr. Shoulder was the third man on my father's excavation?
As
There's a
predicted.
note underneath.
His heart is... My heart is his heart. My light is his light. Okay, now it's time to go there, so... Talk to him again.
Hello?
Maybe say thank you.
Is anyone home? He's not answering.
Okay then, just go.
Good morning. Thank you for braving the weather.
Aye, miss. A little rain is no bother. So, may we start?
Yes, we've not a moment to waste. And so, the excavation of Hobbs Barrow began. Horace and his men learnt quickly and went about their work with care. We toiled for hours, rolling away great stones, removing mortar and masonry put in place by Father, Mr. Bryden and Mr. Shoulder. They had gone to great lengths to seal the barrow. I should have realised their efforts were not only to keep us out, but also to keep something contained within. Eventually, our careful application of pick, trowel and shovel gave way to open space. A stagnant, cadaverous odour was let forth.
Ugh.
The seal was broken. I couldn't believe my eyes. Splendid work, all of you.
Step inside, miss. We'll be right behind you.
Thank you, Horace. I can't wait a moment longer. Flowers? I can't get my head around this. How could they possibly grow here? Horace, come see this.
Horace?
Horace? Chaps? I've been abandoned.
Horace and Co. have departed. Achievement unlocked.
Fairly standard Bronze Age pottery. Smashed to high heaven, I'm afraid. Not worth making a note of. A burial urn, perhaps, though there's no sign of ashes. An unremarkable find.
Definitely feels like time to make a save.
Try as I might, these flowers are steadfastly rooted.
Okay, well, we've got knives.
Let's see if I can cut them away. Incredible. Something has been boarded up here. The boards are held down by 2 large rocks.
Okay, move the rocks.
Iron stakes have been driven through the boards, holding them firmly in place. I feel uneasy about what might lie beneath, but what choice do I have? Iron stakes. I can't remove the stakes with my bare hands.
Okay, can we chisel them away?
I can't.
Can we knife them away? That seems less likely than the chisel.
Curses. I can't get enough leverage with this knife.
Well, I don't know anything else that would be better.
Horace must carry on alone.
Huh?
Horace and company have departed. I must carry on alone.
Oh. Well, maybe I missed something. No, boards, broken pottery, exit. If it isn't knife, it isn't chisel. Do I chisel
I'm
the
not sure.
pottery?
No,
Do I knife the pottery?
that's a.
Then I don't know what else we would use.
Iron stakes at. I can't remove the stakes with my bare hands. I'll need to pry them.
The trowel? The trowel. Okay.
A passage. Father, I'm coming. Curses. Am I out of paraffin? Thank goodness. My lantern went out, for good this time. I had no choice but to venture forth into the darkness. With each step, the passage narrowed in every conceivable way, until I was on hand and knee, crawling through thick clumps of vegetation.
Vegetation, this far underground.
The odour of that dank soil was somehow unnatural. I crawled for an age, until I emerged in a cavern that seemed lit by the very earth itself. What is this place? It's as solid as it looks.
There are some panels.
This stone panel seems somewhat loose. This stone
Okay, what if we use the knife?
Curses. The panel is slightly loose, but it feels like the knife will
Okay, what about the trowel?
The blade of the trowel is too thick to wedge.
Well, that leaves only Mr. Chisel.
Perhaps I can chip away at the edge of the stonework here.
Process of elimination. We have 3 tools.
Well, the chisel broke, but what have we here? 3 niches have been carved into the stone.
And we have 3 stones in our inventory. The question is it chicken, body, snake?
A click?
I got it right first go?
Incredible.
Where was the journal? The code was simply in the singularity of the characters. All eyes must face towards the 7 Archrontic. When the sun and the 2 moons meet, well, these are 2 moons, the guardian shall be defeated. A dead language reveals the path. For thou art the moon, blah, 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 blah. So all the characters that are only 1 stroke? Just C and W? And M?
A clicking sound, but nothing happened.
Hail, Shippigest. Welcome, welcome.
I'm afraid I can't.
I'm surprised we got these right the first... Ah, okay. These are the things. I-A-W-A-B-P-A-C-A-Z. So print screen. Pew. MS Paint. Paste. And then we press those letters in that order. You're looking to get yourself a dictator game? Well, you keep watching then. Okay. I-A-W-A-B-P-A-C-A-Z.
Oh my. The light.
Oh no. It's locked us in.
Curses. Goodness me. There's nothing Bronze Age about this. Roman? Ancient Greek? No, this is something else.
Temple, an incredible
This one
discovery.
has shattered to pieces.
Achievement unlocked.
The tiles are broken here, exposing the soil beneath. These are all empty. A simple pot made of clay. It's small enough to carry with me.
Pick it up then.
beautifully ornate pot. This is the only one with a lid. It's sealed tight. There's something rattling round inside.
Yeah, that's not ominous. Save. Can we open it with the knife?
The seal is too tight. I can't get the knife in anywhere.
What about the chisel? They've taken away the chisel? I don't get to have the chisel anymore.
Some situations do call for brute force. There's something here, made of wood. It looks like a crank handle. It looks like a crank handle. Empty. There's nothing inside these. Try as I might, it will not open. There's a small hole in the front of the box. A lock, perhaps.
Well, we've got a crank.
It fits in the hole. Let's see if I can turn it.
It's a jack in the box?
My word. The box is full of seeds? They glow in a most unnatural manner. I don't need to take more.
Okay, and then how do we open the door?
Curses. The soil feels as hard as rock despite this damp environment.
Do I put one of the seeds in your hand?
No.
On the ground?
The soil is too compact. I can't plant the seeds.
Okay, trowel the soil first.
I've broken up the soil.
Now plant our seeds.
There we are.
But now what?
The figure is holding a whip. The figure is presenting what looks like a sheaf of wheat.
For the whip, it feels like hurt thyself, which was hinted at by the story.
I'm not sure what... No. I've planted the strange...
Play music for
I can't
them?
see how... I can't... I'm not sure...
Have I missed something? Yes! Water. Okay, so pot with water.
I've collected some water.
Water our seeds. They grow at Jack and the Beanstalk rate.
Am I dreaming? The wheat is firmly rooted.
Okay, cut it out. Place it in this hand.
It fits.
But I don't know what to do about the whip.
I can't see how... No movement there. No movement.
Is there something else I've missed? Yes, these roots.
These roots are strong and tight.
Okay, they're like a whip. I can cut them first.
I've removed a portion of the root. I'll keep it.
That becomes the whip that we need.
I'm almost onto something there.
Use it on myself.
The curious length of root is strong yet flexible. I'm almost on. There is a nook hidden within the fist, as if to hold something. I'm almost on.
Am I meant to do something to it first? Like... grow the root in water? In soil? No, the soil stopped existing. The water hasn't stopped existing. I'm allowed more water.
I don't need any more water.
I'm wrong. We don't get to have more water, even though it's still an item.
No. A stream of water. I can't believe it. I simply... These roots are strong.
Maybe I have to do it multiple times?
I don't need to take more.
Oh, maybe it combines with knife?
I do not wish to...
Or that? Crank. Crank plus root
It's a little
equals
crude,
whip.
but I believe I've fashioned a whip.
Sure. Give it to the arm.
It fits.
Save.
I'm unsure if this had any function. It seems bare of any detail. Whatever was once placed here is long gone. I can't believe how well preserved these relics look. They must be ancient. It's in remarkable condition. Empty. Ash urns, perhaps. A thick, greasy substance is oozing from the broken pot. I haven't the faintest idea what it is. I don't wish to touch it.
What about the urn?
Empty.
This pot?
In any other circumstance, this beautiful vessel would be one of my greatest finds yet. Here, it seems meaningless. Just an empty pot.
About this panel? Oh, the goat is here.
It looks like an object could be placed here.
Hello,
I
goat.
shan't go near it.
Do we knife the goat?
There is something unnatural about this creature. I don't wish to take it on. Incredible.
Animal heads?
The bust of an eagle. It's facing north, towards the goat. The bust of an ass. It's facing northwest. A bust of a mighty bull. It's facing southeast. A menacing goat carved from stone. The bust of a dog. It's facing east, towards the bear. There's something in its mouth. A carved bust of a cat. It's facing west. I think this is a bear. It's facing east. My God! A severed hand is locked in a death grip on the handle. Who did this belong to? The fingers are icy cold. I've managed to pry it off. Should I keep it? There's something in its mouth. A gold coin. There are no markings on heads nor tails.
Okay, so regarding the busts, there was a hint for that, I think. Something about... all eyes must face towards the seventh archrontic. What is the seventh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So everyone needs to look at the goat? Yeah, I think this is everyone needs to look at the goat.
I can't move it. There's an inscription on the base. Eloios. The bust of an eagle. It's facing north, towards the goat. I can't move it. There's an inscription on the base.
Please say archrontic.
V-I-I...
Yeah,
Roman
7.
numerals.
Right, and our hint was... the 7th. So everyone needs to look at the goat.
This crank is jammed.
Yeah, that looks like you're looking towards the goat now. That might be too far.
There's an inscription. A bust of a... It's facing west.
Yeah, too much. That one's probably correct
A
now.
bust of a... It's facing northwest.
Yes.
There's an south. I think this is a... It's facing...
Good. Okay, isn't that everyone towards the
A
goat?
bust of an... It's facing...
No, you're facing the wrong way.
There's an inscription. The bust of... It's facing... The bust of an... It's face... A bust of... It's face... A carve... It's face... I think it's face...
Good, everything is facing towards the goat. Except the broken one.
I can't get it unstuck with...
Knife?
I can't get it unstuck.
Do we knife this?
No.
Do we trowel this?
I can't get it...
Do we trowel this?
That's a peculiar idea.
No. Boss the level. Think more Tomb Raider excavation. Well, then I don't know how to turn you. Have I missed something? Not that I can tell.
This crank is...
Well, let's go through the other door.
Goodness me. Herbert? It's Herbert! What madness is this? What on earth are you doing down here, you silly cat? Did you follow me? Something is hanging here.
Yes.
A writhing mass of serpents carved from stone. On the reverse side is a thin, notched shaft. Perhaps a key of some nature.
Okay, presumably it goes in the hole.
It is merely a hole. That is well. The statue bears no moving parts. The statue echoes the mural back in the first chamber. The statue echoes the mural back in the first chamber.
So we're meant to give them wheat and a whip again?
Extraordinary. An ancient monument so deep beneath the earth. I know not the world I find myself in. There is a queer heat emanating from the stone.
Okay, and the last door?
The man is presenting a small, rounded object. This figure makes my skin crawl somewhat. What exactly is it? It presents a small, rounded object. It's an ancient vessel, the shape of which I haven't seen before. There is a thin slot set into the front of it, not unlike a piggy bank.
Yeah, we have found a coin.
A remarkably accurate depiction for something that must be so ancient. Astonishing. An ancient device. It moves a fraction, but appears to be locked in some manner. It moves a It moves a A thin rod with tiny notches along the shaft. The head is adorned with an Ouroboros.
Boris.
I can't fit my finger. It moves. It appears this. It moves a fraction.
Maybe it goes in the middle?
The rod doesn't seem to fit here. It appears. It moves. I can't. It moves. I can't fit. The rod doesn't seem to fit. The rod doesn't. It moves.
No, I got no idea. Let's put the coin in the piggy bank.
The coin went in. I don't think anything happened. Characters. Perhaps Greek in origin?
I'm sorry. Abba per at theta at triple lines at b v at n at o n at n at v b at.
It's an ancient vest. There is a thin. I've inserted.
Can I smack the plinth object?
That won't fit.
Can I use the knife on it?
That won't fit. It appears it moves. I can't. It moves. I can't. It appears it moves.
Have I misunderstood this? No. I mean, this really looks like we were meant to give coins to this, but maybe I need 2 coins? One for human and one for the weird thing, and I don't have the second coin yet?
The sheaf of wheat is...
Can I cut it loose?
No.
No.
An ancient... I know not the... It is merely... That is...
Okay.
It fits. Something moved in another room.
You're kidding.
The statue is well out. The bust of it's facing northwest.
Okay, we had a hint about the letters. We found the code was simply in the singularity of the characters. So maybe I need to look for the letters that there are only one? When the sun and the two moons meet, the guardians shall be defeated. Well, thou art the moon, the chief of the stars. Listen to the things that I have said. Follow the words of my mouth. Reveal thyself to me. No, the most useful one is the singularity of their characters at the moment. So maybe I meant to look for letters that there are only one of in here. Which is the sigma. That. Am I allowed to look at this at the same time? So this. Was there a row? I don't see a row. I see an O, a triple. P. Sigma. Maybe the P is the row. Yeah, maybe. Then theta. No, but that's epsilon. Isn't it? Greek alphabet. Sure, that's epsilon. No, it's sigma. Okay. Okay, so the P is the row. Okay. Theta is like a 0. It's like an O with a line in the middle. That's sigma. Epsilon is E. But I don't know what XI is meant to be. Is it meant to be chi or 9? P. Or maybe Rho. Rho. Sigma. That's Z. Yeah. Like, I agree that these things are the only things that are once in here, but to what end? Well, let's keep fiddling with this then. Try and work out what it does. It moves the snakes. So I think I want the snakes back where they were.
I can't quite...
That didn't put the snakes back where they were? And it's really stupid that this and this are in different spaces. If you're going to have these... this affect this, at least put them in the same room. So you don't have to walk back and forth so far to see what you're having an effect on.
Whatever with...
Okay. Snake, snake. Now it's meant to be snake, moon, snake. Maybe these are trying to tell me the settings for this that I'm meant to have. So top right and middle left.
I can't quite...
The question is how far top right? Like, is that meant to be here or here? I think it's the next one. No, that's one too far for the snake. That doesn't appear to be quite right either. It feels like this needs to be one more down. No, but now it's too far this way.
The rod doesn't seem to fit here. It appears this...
fact that that clicks suggests something is right. Is it only clicking because of the pin being in? Maybe.
The rod doesn't seem to... The rod...
Okay, it always clicks on this one wherever you have that one.
I think I shall...
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the perspective and the hints are not enough for this for me. This is too vague.
The statue... I know not. I don't know why. I don't know why. That is well out. I'm not sure what that... No, that... I'm not sure. No. Whatever was once... I can't move it an inch. There is a thin
Do I give you the Ouroboros rod? So, we've got one that has an inadequate hint. Slash requires you to move back and forth between two rooms to see what effect you're having.
The statue is... A great carved circle. A great carved... The statue is...
We've got one that's guarded by a goat.
I shan't... It looks like an object. That doesn't fit there. It looks like an object.
Okay, what about a hand?
That doesn't...
What about a pot?
That doesn't fit there.
What about a knife?
That doesn't...
So we probably don't have whatever this is supposed to be. And this one doesn't work because we can't turn the last head.
There's an inscription. Tharther. The bust of it's facing northwest. I can't move it. There's an inscription on the V-I-I.
How do we fix you? Why do I keep removing it? Because it's unclear what we're supposed to do with it. This room is clear. We're supposed to make all of the heads face the goat, but we can't make this head move.
There's an inscription.
All the other things in here cause their heads to move, but this one does not.
This crank is just... There's an far. I can't move. There's an inscription.
All eyes must face towards the 7th Archcrontic. And he has 7 in his thingamajig. Alright, VII.
I can't move. There's an V.
So everyone else should face him.
There's an inscription. South. A bust of is facing northwest.
You're facing
The bust
towards
of
the
an
goat.
it's
You're facing
I
towards
think
the
it's
goat.
face-
You're facing
a co-
towards
it's
the
fa-
goat. You're facing
the bust-
towards
it's
the goat.
facing-
You're facing towards the goat, but I can't move that one.
I can't. There's an far. I think I shall leave. It appears this. It appears. There's an far. The bus is facing northwest. It appears this.
I really don't like that the dial moves these things, so maybe it's that I haven't intuited that that dial can also move this head,
The bust of an ass is facing.
but every other setting seems to also be not the right direction.
The bust is facing.
Test all the options out. So far it hasn't had any
The bust
effect
of
on
an
it.
ass is facing north.
And Floppy, if you wanna help out, there is a redeem in chat. Otherwise, zip it. Clear? Let me struggle along.
The bust is facing.
No. So none of those settings have affected that one. What about these settings?
Can't quite fit. The bust of its face.
Still no.
The bust is facing. I can't quite.
Now, it might be that it needs to be on that with the pin, but we'll try the pin next.
The bust is facing...
Okay, we've tried all the settings for that side. Now we can try setting plus pin.
The bust is facing...
And again, this is terrible design from them, but if they didn't want us doing this, then they shouldn't have made one room affect another room. At all. The fact that they do this invites you to test this, so... Either keep everything self-contained in the same room, or you are begging your player to make this kind of...
The bust is facing...
investigation.
There's an far...
Whoops, wrong one.
The bust is facing...
No, we've tried every combination of those now. That does not seem to affect the head. Well, every combination of the outer and inner independently, not in combination with each other. But I don't want to have to go full combinatorics on trying the mixes of this with each of these, with or without the button in. Like, that's just ludicrously stupid if that's the answer. So we'll double check that I haven't missed anything. No, we looked at everything. I can't break open the vessel.
That won't fit into the...
I don't want to fit it into the slot. I want to smack it.
That won't fit.
Let's try offering things to the goat. Would you like a severed hand?
Can't see how that will...
Would you like troweling?
There is something I don't wish...
Nothing else seems sensible. Double check all of these.
Empty. 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 In any other circumstance, here, just...
Maybe I need to break it?
No, I can't see how... I can't see how... That's a pic... That's a pic... I'm not sure... No.
Do we pick up the substance with a pot?
I've scooped some of the greasy substance into the pot.
Well, slight progress, but I don't know why. Why do I want greasy... Ooh, does that let me grease this?
The greasy substance. Voila.
Alright, now we can make you face the goat as well.
Something has emerged from within the bust. There's something here. A curious object. I'll keep it.
It looks like the Millennium Eye. We're assembling the Millennium objects. It's turned into Yu-Gi-Oh!
That doesn't fit.
No. Do I feed it to the... piggy bank?
can't move it in. There is a thin slot. That won't fit into the...
Oh, no. It must go in this thing.
A shaft of inexplicable light is beaming from the mouth of the serpent. Extraordinary.
Why is it laser beaming now? It's never laser beamed before.
Remarkable.
Okay, so I need other snake to laser beam this.
The statue bear...
But I don't have a second... I don't have a second thingamabob, a rod, for putting in this. Unless this is it.
That doesn't fit. That doesn't...
Which it isn't. One sec, sorry. Getting annoyed at... No, I'm not allowed to. Fair enough. Then just go away. Can I break the plinth?
No. No, that would...
Can I put our new eye shape on
Can't
it?
see.
Can I cut it?
No.
Double check all these parts?
This one has shattered. There's nothing in... I don't need to take... I don't need to take...
Yes, I do.
I don't need to take more.
Give me more of them. No. Like, it feels like I meant to lift up the piggy bank and bring it to over here.
Whatever was once played. I'm unsure if this had any function.
Will it stay turned on?
The rod doesn't seem to fit. The rod does...
Maybe the laser beam will go all the way through? Like, it doesn't feel like that's the answer. It feels like the answer is find another thing to put in these. But it might be that the laser beam goes all the way through if you align it correctly. No. Hail, Dusty. G'day, g'day. Welcome, welcome.
I think I shall...
I don't want to.
I think I should...
I want to move it. Game.
I think... A thin piece of stone carved into the shape of what appears to be an eye. I can't see how... That is well... No. No, that's not... No. I can't see... A great carved... It looks
Do you want to eat the hand? Well, that's disgusting.
ghastly.
But it does give me a second coin, so now I can feed the piggy bank.
There are no markings on heads nor tails.
Disgusting, kitty. Feed the... yeah. The answer was feed the cat a several, like, 25-year-old disembodied hand. No. That's bad. Bad, 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 bad.
The coin went in. Something stirred within the plinth. I should take a closer look down there. The characters are now protruding out from the plaque. Perhaps I can push them in some manner.
Okay, so press the ones that only exist once, which were P, U, U, U. This gives us a moon shape.
This must be important.
To use on the moon thing in the other room, sure. And a second rod.
A thin rod with tiny notches along the shaft.
Both
the head is
puzzles...
adorned with a coiled serpent.
Both puzzles were locked behind feeding cat disembodied hand. What a crock.
What in God's name?
Thank you, Globular.
What's this? A piece of stone carved into the shape of a crescent moon. It must be important.
Oof. Go back to our diary, because there were moons with the... Oh, this is meant to say that the laser beam snakes will give you a moon. Okay. And then the last thing for the goat... Moon, stars, listen, mouth.
Whatever was one. That's a
Let's go fiddle with this one.
That doesn't fit. It fits. It fits.
If this other one suddenly fits where before it said it doesn't fit... Yep, that's terrible. That is super terrible. You should not attempt to put a button, like a puzzle piece, in the puzzle. Tell you it does not fit, and then it only fits when you have the other puzzle pieces in there. That is super terrible. Like, that is the game actively telling you the wrong thing. Not just being a badly designed puzzle. The puzzle is actively telling you this is not the answer when it is the answer. Oh, that is so bad.
A page, perhaps torn from a book? What have we here? This is my father's handwriting. A page torn from his journal?
Yep, and then this disagrees with the previous story, right? Previously, when we got the journal and we were trying to find out whose it was, we didn't know our father's handwriting, and we even had dialogue options with other people to do with the fact that it's been so long since we read anything from our fathers because we were, he's been useless for 25 years, that we don't know his handwriting. Yet we pick up that piece of paper there and, oh, it's my father's handwriting. I suddenly recognize it, where I said I couldn't recognize the handwriting earlier in the story. Samuel's hand was ripped clean off by an unseen force. There was so much blood. It remains to be seen if Saxnot was the perpetrator of this shocking act. He's a sturdy lad and he'll live, but he is shaken. I am shaken. Mr. Shoulder, however, seems keen to push on. He's positively chipper. He is right, though. We have a job to do, and by Jove, we'll get it done.
Saxnot. Karja? Sarja? I have no idea what it means. A serpent's head is carved into a small inset. A serpent's head.
Look at all the new room's pots.
Empty. Empty. What a hideous sight. It's been smashed to smithereens.
And yet... Soil, inscription, niche, serpent. There's so many things in such a small space there.
The soil has hardened into a thick casing.
Okay, can we break it with our knife?
A goat has been buried here. How gruesome. A horn has broken away from the skull. I'll take it.
Okay, can we use that to put on the statue over here that's obviously missing a horn?
I should take a closer look. What a hideous sight.
What do you mean I should take a closer look? Maybe it means I need to be nearer to do... Ah. It means there's a zoom. Fair enough. Horn, you... Come on. Horn, you.
The horn fits perfectly, as if by design.
And your mouth opens now?
Try as I might, I cannot...
Press your eyes.
The eye seems some... No movement there.
Am I meant to be...
No movement there. No movement there. No movement there. No movement there.
There's something else on this screen? No.
Try as I might.
I mean, there's only like 5 settings on this and 5 settings on this, so we can brute force it fairly reasonably.
Try as I might. No move. No. Try. The mouth is no movement. Try. No. No. Try. No. Try. No. Try.
We're back at the start, so we have 1, 2.
No movement. Try as I.
2, 3.
No movement. Try as I.
2, 4.
No movement. Try as I. No movement. Try as.
Increment U1.
No. No move. Try.
Why is that the answer? The answer to this puzzle is brute force it till you solve it? Seems terrible.
Two fearsome serpents. I can make out chains hanging from above, holding it in place.
Okay, can I use the horned bust key on the
No,
exit?
another barrier to my.
There's a niche.
A small round niche has been carved.
Can we put our new key in there?
No, that.
In the
Can't see.
serpent's head? In the serpent's
not
head? Wait, it has an inscription?
This key was found clenched within the jaw of the horn.
Oh no,
Kaja?
the inscription is
Saja?
Saja.
I have no
Kaja.
idea what it.
Hmm.
A serpent's head.
Well, should have tried and key
No,
on all these 3 things again.
I can't remove it. I can't remove. It's very.
Okay, can I lever it with a knife?
I can't see how.
Can I move it with a
No.
trowel?
That is well out.
Yeah, I don't know. Huh?
I need to find a way forward. It's no.
As much as it's slightly annoying to get trapped in this room, it is a good thing that it's saying the solution to every puzzle that you're currently facing doesn't need you to go
I
backwards.
need to find a way.
Right? Everything, the solution to everything that you currently face must be in here. Take your horn again.
No movement there.
But we never used your eyes for anything.
No move. No move.
I can't move the horns anymore.
No movement. No. That is well.
Right, play music for the boss.
I should take a. I should take a.
Do I poke your eye?
If I can. Got it.
Can I poke your other eye?
Is that blood? Perhaps I can find a key for this.
Ah, we have the key for that.
The key doesn't seem to fit.
No, we don't. I'm wrong. We do not have the key for
I
this.
can almost wedge the knife.
What about the trowel?
It's no use.
is the eye go in the niche?
A small... Remarkable.
This gives me the snake heads. No,
There's a key. I'll take it.
The snake heads fall off and there are items.
A keyhole.
Okay. Horned bust key on keyhole. Come on.
The key fits. Sounds like a mechanism creaked somewhere far above me.
And now the other key goes over in your eye.
It fits.
Now that pops your other eye out.
Sounds like a mechanism creaked somewhere far
The
above
shield will
me.
fall down. Yeah, oh, okay, the shield doesn't fall down, it rises up. Close, close.
What a horrific racket.
Yeah, we'll make a save as well, if the game is saying auto-saves. I will pour out my spirit. So I have to offer you blood?
That is well out.
Maybe?
That I can almost make out a pattern. A tune of sorts.
Oh, it wants me to use the fiddle? Ah, up. Okay. This is meant to be a musical representation, not anything else, maybe? So it's meant to be high.
No, that's not.
Yeah. High. Lower. Up. Lower. Up.
No, that.
Okay, the same thing transposed one down. No, but that should be the topmost note. Is it really meant to be the whoa, 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 whoa? I'm meant to be copying that rather than treating this as a notes? Yeah, I'm meant to be copying the cat's... Achievement unlocked, ceasing of the racket. The feline chorus has grown silent. I much prefer the idea of treating this as a musical bar and trying to play this.
It looks like some.
But whatever.
It's all just hogwash.
Ooh, we dispel the magical
Is this
cats.
all in my head?
I mean, the first one in here is meant to be moon, stars, listen, mouth, if we're finally up to that. So moon. But let's make a save. Moon. Oh, it's not a cutscene. I thought it was a cutscene.
Father?
With popish tricks and relics rare, the priests their flocks do gull. In casting out the earth take care. Huzzah! I've found a skull!
We already had this flashback. Oh, except he's dead. Okay, Moon is chief of the stars, but there's also a page to look at.
This is my father's handwriting.
My initial suspicions are proving to be true. We are not dealing with the mere goblin folk conjured up in the minds of farmers, on which to blame their failures. Saxnot may dwell here, but they are not alone. I think back to all that I've studied, all I've learned. Everything points to the possibility of a much more malign influence. Something long forgotten stirs within this bleak place. Something dark and monstrous longs for attention. I have prepared the tablet. I will put an end to this.
I don't understand. What is this tablet he keeps referring to?
Okay, stars.
Three, 2, 1. You can open your eyes now, Thomasina. Come.
This time it is a cutscene and I have no control.
Are you ready for your first excavation?
Father!
Capital. Make sure you remember everything I've taught you. I have a feeling you might find something special.
Can you hear me, Father? Is it really you?
I'll be watching from the steps, my little bird. Good luck.
Weird mix of the old and the new. We don't have our item.
I haven't seen this.
This is where it was in the original.
Thomasina, we don't dig with our hands.
Did I miss picking up a trowel? Yes.
I remember this.
And this was the first urn thing that we ever dug up, that we had in the flashback long, long ago.
Nothing.
And also more recently. What? Oh, maybe it's in the last one you do. And I just happened to do that one last the first time round.
Nothing.
Yeah, it looks like it's just always in the last one you do. I assume they put it in the one next to him so that you could see him talking.
Oh, the wretched smell.
It's a cat?
What is the meaning of this? Father?
And where's Dad? Okay, next was listen. This one is the closest to being an ear. At least I think the next one was listen, if I remember correctly. Yeah, listen, and then mouth. This looks like... I mean, it looks like a lot of things, but it could be argued... I was going to say, it could be argued to be an ear, but when you hover over it, it actually tells you ear, so check. Oh, I already have control.
Mother?
Thomasina, is that you?
He talks!
It is. It's me.
My dear, sweet little bird. I'm so very dreadfully hot. Please remove these covers. They suffocate me so.
Father, you can talk again.
And I've got so much to ask you. So much to tell you. But please, first, the covers.
Oh!
Father, your body.
Oh, my dear, clever girl. You're so close now. How good it is to finally speak with you again.
But...
Don't worry. It will all be fine soon. You're close to the end, little bird.
And then mouth. This is mouth. The final descent. It all ends here. Let's make our own save as well.
My God.
It's a bird with snakes for legs?
Father, this ends now.
There's something here, in the soil. A tablet, made of lead. There's an inscription scratched into it. Aliges daemonium incantamentum. With mine blood shall thou be bound to the earth, and only with mine blood shall thou be freed. Is this what Saxnot was referring to? My father wrote this?
They want us to sacrifice ourselves. Let's free the demon. No, I don't want to do it. Why would you no! I don't get a choice, it's all cutscene. How could this possibly go wrong?
I can still scarcely believe what I saw looming over me in that Stygian chamber. How does one even attempt to describe the indescribable? The vision before me defied all logical explanation. All my efforts to do so have fallen on deaf ears, merely providing a chance to be mocked, pitied, and dismissed as mentally unsound. I dare not commit that unfathomable glimpse to paper, but it was real, Mother. He is real, not an imaginary terror, but a demon. A god brought to life. I turned and ran, striving to somehow make my way out of that accursed Barrow alive, inspirited by the hope that my squalid deed had freed Father from his plight. Speechless voices whispered to me in unknown tongues that grew louder with every step. Suddenly, there was light.
I saw him too. That night I saved your father. Ever since then, I've felt his corruption growing within me. It grew stronger and stronger as he raged against the incantation that bound him beneath the soil. I fought him with all my might, tried hard to bury him in the corners of my mind. Oh, Thomasina, how I tried. But I could deny him no longer. I became naught but an instrument. His voice became my own. I deceived you. I'm sorry. I am his now. Soon we'll all be his. Hail Abrexus Rex.
Father gets laser beamed, or at least Spirit Father. And then we get laser beamed?
Well, I say, she's done it, Leonard.
Your lordship, I believe she has. My dear Miss Bateman, there is a god about whom you know nothing, because men have forgotten him. We call him by his name, Abraxas.
Welcome back, Master. Come, Leonard. We must await him at the chapel.
Aye, only there shall he be complete.
The seventh day, Vindicta.
Ah, Miss Bateman. Welcome back to Ticehurst House. It's been quite some time. Terrible weather this evening, is it not? Nurse Blaketon has had enough of me smoking inside. Makes her cough, you see. A bit of rain won't kill me, will it?
No, but I will. Tentacle monster! Rah!
You mustn't be interested in me nattering on. Give my regards to your father. Nurse Blaketon is preparing his supper. You look pale, Miss Bateman. Do head inside. You'll catch your death out here.
Okay, we finally go in. We get to meet Father. Is Dad at least okay? After we put all this work in and maybe unbound an evil god. Oh, good lord, we smush the nurse. We explode the next nurse. I meant to grab the urn? Oh, I bludgeoned Father to death. But that begs the question, why didn't we just explode him like the nurses?
Ah, Mr. Kemp. Welcome.
My heart is his heart, your lordship.
And my light is his light. We've a full house for today's sermon. You'd best take your seat.
My heart is his heart, your lordship.
And my light is his light, Mr. Long.
You have made an Eden here, your lordship. We are ever so thankful to you.
I assure you, Mr. Long, this is only the beginning. Please, join the others inside.
My heart is his heart.
And my light is his light, dear Leonard. How are you feeling?
Fit as a fiddle.
After you.
Several years later.
And now I sit in this dismal room, day after day, year after year. Imprisoned and committed with seemingly little hope of redemption. You have chosen not to visit me, and I understand that, I do. Indeed, I've had but one visitor, Arthur Tillett. He comes to see me once or twice a year. A loyal and decent man who tried in vain to warn me of the wicked plot concocted by Lord Panswick and Mr. Shoulder. Thankfully, Midland Railway accepted his transfer request. He and his wife were able to leave that damnable village several weeks after my excavation. It feels like an age has passed since that fateful night at Ticehurst House. But finally, you have my full account. I thought I knew my father. As I look back on my childhood memories, I can only conclude that it was his wish to protect me from the true nature of his endeavours. But why didn't you tell me the truth, especially after what happened to him at Hobbs Barrow? Why did you allow me to grow up idolising a man who didn't exist? I did not kill father. It was he that guided my hand. I was enthralled to that most malevolent force, Abraxas. I beg you to understand.
Well, we're playing the insanity defense, Floppy Peter.
He has had his revenge, but I know he will return. Where is he now? What more is he capable of? I only wanted to save my father. Oh, Mother, what have I done? Forgive me.
Abraxas Rex, an uncertain future. Roll credits? Roll credits. In the end, you allowed the evil demon out and everyone suffered, especially you and your father. The end. What a horrible ending. Oh. Oh. So that end sequence had some weak points. They shouldn't have had puzzles that affected things in other rooms. I think the hints in the book are about strong enough. That and the blacksmith not wanting our chisel stand out as like the most Moon Logic-y bad things about this one. This one was actually pretty good. And unlike the other couple of timed puzzles in the other Wadjet games that we had, at least when this one did have its timed puzzle with the trading the flower for the other flower by distracting the woman by knocking over her tin cans with a juggling child. At least it didn't take like 10 minutes to redo the rest of the puzzle up until the timing-y bit. It's like very quick. So that's a much less obnoxious way of doing the little time-y puzzle bit. So points for that. I liked the music, I liked the voice acting, I liked most of the characters, I liked the dialogue, I really liked the art was pretty good throughout. I don't like the end of the story. Everything is bad, but not liking it doesn't mean that I think it's bad. It's a fine, like, horror, evil, badness end of story, even if I don't like it. It had nice auto-saving. We never had any issues with it. Yeah, I think this is done pretty well. This is done pretty well. Is there any extra beyond the end after we get to the end of the credits is the only other thing to find out. You wanted to Google if there was a good ending? I mean, they make it seem like maybe if you don't trust anyone, you might get away with a good ending somehow, but I doubt it. I think it's probably a fake choice if I had to guess. So many great bots were seen. Nah, we're back to the main menu. Well, the end. And the end for Wadjet Wednesday, at least until they release another game. Because this is now the literal last and most recent one. So, cheers all. Peace for now. Look forwards to more in the future if they're still making more.